sponsoring this episode of the Sheath Podcast. I'm Gus.
Blaine.
I'm Barbara.
Bethany.
And I'm Gus. So, I guess United is having a bad year, huh?
Everyone's like, talk about
I'd like
it.
to thank our other sponsor, literally any other airline that isn't United. Fuck those guys.
They are not doing well this year.
No.
What was the other thing?
There's a leggings thing, right?
What was that?
The leggings thing?
The leggings thing? Yeah, that's right. We talked about that already. And then forcing a man to leave a plane and destroying his face in the process.
So the story was that United overbooked a flight by 4 people. And there was 4 staff members that needed to be on the flight in order to get to a certain city for another flight. I don't even know if
I think it was
that
from
flight
Chicago
was
to Louisville.
Like flight attendants?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Or
staff. I don't know if they're necessarily flight attendants, but they had to get there. And so they told passengers, we need to have 4 people volunteer to leave and to give up their seats.
Take a later flight. Mm-hmm.
And no one volunteered, and they started offering more and more money. And I think a few people had volunteered, but there was one person that they had to like start randomly selecting people because no one was
How did
volunteering.
they randomly
I think there were
select,
3
though?
volunteers.
How much did they get?
They needed one more.
800.
But the guy was with his wife, though.
Was he?
That's what I read. Apparently he was with his wife, and they were both chosen.
Oh. Well, regardless of whether or not he was with his wife, I guess he was randomly selected, but he's a doctor and needed to be in the city for like surgery or something, like to see his patients the next day.
Patients the next day.
And he refused to leave. And that's as much as we know. And there's a video that I guess people on the flight had taken of him getting removed.
Tons of people take it
from the flight.
But how did he get removed? Like, wouldn't they take them off before? Like,
they were already,
already
on the plane
on the
and they
flight.
needed people to get off the plane.
ugh.
So imagine Bethany. I'm like, hey, we're about to take off, but we need a couple people. You, ma'am, can you come with me? Like, what would you do in that
I would
situation?
fight.
Yeah, I'd just be like, fuck.
Yeah,
you.
they basically pulled him out of his seat
like by
violently.
force.
And he hit his like as they're pulling him out. I mean, they're not gentle at all. His face
And the armrest
like,
is
hits
down
into the
still.
armrest.
Oh,
And I don't know if he like lost consciousness or what happened because he went limp after that.
Quiet,
They're like dragging him off the
I
plane.
just think he was just not going.
You kind of seemed dazed, and then he just kind of had like a little bit of blood dribbling out.
And they got him off the plane, and then he ran back onto the plane.
Oh, did
Why?
he?
I don't think that's the case. I think they let him back on. I'm not sure about that though.
And then
What I
you
read
could
was
see
he
all the
ran back
blood
on, and he
his
was like
face.
holding onto the plane.
Oh shit!
It was really fucked
So
up.
did they
It's
just
intense.
point at him at random, or
I
did
think
they
they
have a
used a-
system? Was he the last one that booked
They
his
said
flight?
they used a computer to determine
Computer, yeah.
someone randomly.
to randomly select?
Oh, that's uncomfortable.
Which, in my opinion, they should have like kept saying more and more money until more people said yes. Because at one point, like if they
I've
were
seen
offered
it
like
go-
$1,000,
I've seen it go up way past 800 before. They could have offered more money.
yeah, to avoid this.
I've often wondered what would happen if nobody volunteered because I've been in those situations
Yeah, it
before.
Just found
happens.
out.
Yeah,
where
Yeah.
you know
a lawsuit
they have to give a lot of money.
is
and-
what happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's.
I've had it where
absolutely crazy.
they've not only given you the money or the credit for another flight in the future, but gift cards. Like
Yeah.
I've seen them go up to $1,000 one time for, I don't know, it was like Amazon or something.
Yeah, but you
Just to say
can't
it.
buy leggings with that gift card though.
Okay, got it.
You could buy anything but leggings. Good joke. Call back.
I feel like with the
United
shirt that
incident.
makes it even worse.
Yeah, I mean, it's the
So-
combination of the shirt and the open buttons.
I
let's
have
be
my own
honest.
thoughts on this.
Okay, what are your thoughts?
Something that I fucking hate about social media is that an incident like this happens.
Which one?
And everyone turns it into a witch hunt. Everyone gangs up on the entire, like the company itself for what happened on this isolated incident on this one flight with this one passenger. And they, like, I understand holding the company responsible and the
Mhm.
airline in general. And people be like, oh, I'm never flying United again. But like shit happens sometimes. And I feel like it's like,
Well-
I hate the idea of blaming an entire corporation for
What
one
I would
cheese.
say, I think in my opinion, it's like they're fucked up. I'm sure the United Training Manual does not say rip a man out of a seat
Of
and
course.
slam his face into a chair. But I think what happened here is these people who were removing him from a plane like almost didn't see him as human.
Yeah.
Right. There's like he was
Yeah.
just an obstacle that needed to be moved.
Yeah.
I
And
think
that
they were
was
like,
really
I
fucked
think
up.
they were baggage handlers actually, the way that they were throwing him around.
Yeah, there were.
Yeah.
I know there was like 2 cops and one other person. I don't know if that was also a cop.
I don't
So
know.
was
They had
it was
jeans
it a
on,
flight
so it
attendant or
seemed
someone like a gate agent?
No, it was
Casual
police.
Friday with
Oh,
these
yeah.
guys. Oh, that poor lady.
Yeah.
She was like, "What are you doing?" Like, oh
Yeah.
my god.
He's being dragged out.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's really fucked up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I'm really curious to see what they find from this. I think what's the process? Like, I think there are a lot of people
Yeah.
who led to this. There are a lot of people responsible who need to be punished for this
And like
happening.
stuff like that, like not having a good plan or a good process to get those seats available. I think that's a more like reason why I think United
Yeah.
should be blamed for something like this. Whereas like the fact that he was mistreated, obviously grossly mistreated, I don't think necessarily is a reflection on the airline itself.
To be fair, United does fucking suck. Regardless of that and the leggings incident, I always, if I have the option, I would never book them. And I
Gus would
always
argue
try
with
to
you
avoid
on
them.
Gus
that
is
one.
you're a frequent.
I fly United
Gus
all the
is
time.
like
Yeah.
Gus and maybe one other person I can think of. Nadia are the only two that I know that travel on our like with our company,
Yeah.
like on United. Everyone else pretty much prefers American.
American.
Southwestern
mostly.
American, that's me.
Yeah.
Because United, like I've had so many real bad shit delays and missed flights and all
Yeah.
sorts of crap with those guys. It's just I always like expect the worst when I go with them. Also, their in-flight entertainment sucks.
Sucks.
What's
Yeah,
wrong
that's
with
a
flight
reason.
entertainment?
I feel like their selection's bad, but when I hop on American, I'm like, oh yeah, Mad Max Fury Road, here we go.
That's what Blaine watches on every flight he goes on. It's just Mad Max every
What a lovely day!
But also, like, the thing about this stuff happening on social media is no one knows the full story. Everyone
I feel like
claims that they know.
That definitely happened with the leggings thing.
Exactly. The leggings thing was a whole nother incident where,
Yeah.
yes, it might have been still wrong in a sense, but there was a whole nother side to that story that people didn't know about.
So who was the person actually pulling him in the video that we saw?
See, I don't know.
That was airport police.
But they had jeans. He was like,
Maybe he was. Two cops.
Two cops.
And who was that other guy, though? You don't know?
he's just a volunteer. He was just so happy to be there.
That's what I'm
Wanted to
wondering.
participate.
Air marshal.
They had to know it was going to be filmed. I mean,
Oh, for sure. You can't get away with anything without shit getting
Yeah.
Pop that
filmed.
shit open.
Look what Gus got.
Gus
Bethany
was very
this.
sweet today since it's my first time on the podcast. He walked into
Aw.
my office and said, I have this gift for you.
Why are you
By the
outing me
way,
like this?
welcome.
And it was in a brown paper
I'm gonna fucking
bag.
break it.
I
Wanna
thought it was going to be a
Open it.
really inexpensive bottle, which I love cheap champagne, but this was a very nice gesture.
How bad does that hurt? Do you want to pop that in my ass?
I don't like,
Like, just like pop the cork into my
I don't
butt?
like popping champagne bottles. They scare
Blaine?
me.
Or Gus, will you do us
Why
the
don't
honor?
You can't do it yourself?
I can. I just
I get
it'll
really
take.
scared.
I mean, obviously I
20
can if I'm trying to
minutes.
shoot into my butt.
You get really scared?
Yeah.
You really want me to do this?
Is it going to hurt?
I don't know.
All right, we'll try it.
I just have.
Chin something and clench my
I'm
ass.
taking the safety off.
But my face is so close to Blaine's ass.
Should I move somewhere, guys?
Hold on.
Maybe like
Okay,
I'm
here we go.
clenching my butt so good.
Safety's off.
Okay.
safety's
God.
off.
Fire.
Oh, Blaine, why are
don't
you
hit my
doing this?
spine.
Don't hit me!
Oh.
Whoa!
Oh my God!
I said shoot the cork into my butt. Don't
Don't
explode the cream
I
on
was
me.
so excited I exploded a little prematurely.
He swears this never happens.
Sorry guys, I don't know why I did that. It's been in your fridge for hours.
I know.
Did you all do that on purpose? Is that why you didn't want to open it?
No!
They absolutely
Based
did.
on that
They
reaction.
absolutely
No,
did.
we didn't.
I didn't. I really didn't.
I didn't.
Fucking shortest episode of the podcast ever. Fucking kick everyone off. Do this podcast by myself.
What did I do wrong?
I don't know. You're just adjacent to them. God damn it.
Okay.
It was
I got it all over my
we
brand
didn't
new
do-
long sleeve funhouse shirt.
Oh.
Available now
I
at
know where you- I know where you
roostersheet.com/store.
can get another.
Also, that is that our new hoodie?
Yes, I'm wearing one of our new hoodies that's in store right now.
I want to talk some more about social media as soon as I'm done cleaning.
Okay.
Oh, you want to talk about
Nugs.
Nugs?
Nugs!
Yeah, I hate that guy a little bit.
I don't hate the guy. I hate.
Explain the situation for
So,
people who might be living under a
There's
rock.
that guy. He tweeted at Wendy's asking how many retweets he would need to have on a tweet in order to get free nuggets for life. Was
For,
it
I think, a
I think
year.
it for a year,
For a
he
year.
said.
Not even that much.
Let me look.
Which apparently is like if he gets the medium
It's
option, it's
$650.
$650
It's
For
they
1
said-
year.
for a year.
That's nothing.
A whole
It's
year.
nothing.
They said 18 million retweets. So he did
Shit.
that, and people have picked it up, including United. They retweeted it last week.
Oh man.
They also responded.
Yeah, and they responded they would give him a free flight and fucking punch him in the mouth when he got on the plane. But his that tweet now is at 2.3 million retweets.
There's no
Wow.
possible way he's gonna make
It won't
it got
get
me
18.
it got me thinking a lot about Twitter as a platform, and I think Twitter is filled with bots. Twitter's a scam. I think they overinflate their numbers.
Twitter is a scam. Gus Sorola 2017.
And they so I started wondering, remember at the Oscars a few years ago they had like the most retweeted photo ever, which
And
is still the
that's
most retweeted photo
3
ever.
million, I think, right?
3.3 million.
Okay.
And people were like, I think I made a tweet about it, how this is going to expose how no one uses Twitter. Everyone's like, oh, Twitter has 300 million daily active users. Bullshit.
I saw your tweet about it.
Bullshit. Because this is something like everyone, like brands and people are retweeting, and they can't even get to 3. No one's using Twitter. It's over.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, 18 million is impossible on Twitter.
Yeah.
The fact that Ellen's tweet only got to 3.3 million, and that's fucking Ellen DeGeneres at the Oscars.
And
with how
times
many
all those
actors?
other people that were in it. And
Right. I
all
think,
that.
people were telling me that my math didn't make sense because Ellen, I think it was Ellen, has like 66 million followers. So I looked at her timeline, I was like, how come she can't get more than 10,000 engagement then? That's 0.015%
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
people who follow her.
Do you ever do they have like a thing that you can type in someone's username and see
Yes.
how many fake Twitter
We just
followers
did
they
this
have?
the other day.
To
Which
who?
one do you use? Because we found one, but it stopped working.
Alana sent it to me, and it's pretty interesting. I think I was sitting at about an 80 or 85%. Like, obviously, I would not go out of my way to buy fucking Twitter followers because who gives a shit about
Where
that?
do you even buy Twitter followers?
know
Apparently, there's a
someone you can
place because I know of some people that do that shit.
Oh, I do know someone who did that.
I know
I
someone you
should
can
ask him where to do that.
Why would you
Are you
want
going
to
to out
do that?
someone?
No.
No.
Would you want to? Would you be interested in doing that?
No, I mean, I'm
don't
just
care.
interested in like, is it a person you talk to or like a website you go to?
It's like some
You
guy's
call
like,
up
hey, want to buy a watch?
1-800.
Want to buy some followers?
But then
Out
you're
of the
just going to get
trunk.
plagued by people asking to push their dick on you or
I
something.
think, have I ever worn a dress for filming? I don't
What
think I
about-
I've
have.
dressed you
What
up as a
about-
lady tons of times.
When?
Frag dude.
No, I wore
No, Frank,
shorts.
He was in shorts and
I don't
like.
think I've ever worn a
Maybe
dress.
not for $1 million, but I'm pretty sure I put you in a short or
I
an
don't-
old RT recap where you're dressed up as a pretty lady.
I don't think I've ever worn a dress.
You should try it. It's
You
liberating.
should try it.
I'd do it. I'm going to be
Didn't-
doing it again coming up soon. You
Yeah.
Go to MDB.
It just feels free, especially when we live in such a hot climate. Like, it's just nice to feel free, especially in the summer months because it
Oh,
gets
yeah.
so fucking hot.
Well, when I went to Australia,
Just gotta air out that veg.
You have to.
when I went to Australia, I bought. They have like these super small shorts there, like right up mid thigh,
I remember those.
and I bought like 5 pairs of those
Yeah.
because they're the greatest thing ever.
I remember you talking about those shorts. You're just like, man, I love the way I looked in that $1 million butt in Sydney. I was wearing these shorts. It was like my legs looked really good in them. They came up right to my thigh. I was like, cool,
But
Blaine.
when
Legs
it's
do
so-
look good.
Okay, but I remember those shorts and how tight and short they were.
Yeah.
How
Right.
how do you not get super sweaty in your balls and your like butt crack and stuff?
Oh, because I wear like nice underwear, like either athletic sliders or MeUndies.
You know what? It's funny you mentioned that because I'd like to remind everyone this episode of the Rasheed's podcast is
Wow.
brought to you by MeUndies.
That segue.
You've perfected your wardrobe, but what about the stuff not everybody gets to see? That's where MeUndies comes in. That was not planned at all, by the way. They're seriously soft, feel-good undies.
I used to think Reddit was fucked. Like I wouldn't touch Reddit with a 9-foot pole.
I
I
but
didn't
now
get it either. I
I'm
used to
like
call
all
it the
time.
Reddit, and Gus was like, "You're a grandma."
Drat.
I've
is
had to
that-
learn
is
a
that-
lot about social media working at this company. I didn't have Twitter when I started.
You also didn't know
Barbara-
what a computer was.
I don't. Excuse me.
What?
Let's not get on
Explain.
Bethany.
I got a little confused once.
What?
I asked her where the computer, like it was after Let's Play Live in LA. I think I
Yeah.
was like, where are the computers? She goes, they're right there. And she pointed at a bunch of monitors. I was like, yeah, but where are the computers? She's like, right there. I was like,
And
was
wasn't Adam Baird in our
and I
office
was like,
too?
do you know what a computer is?
And I was like, yes. And then
I started pointing at like
pointing at
random
everything.
objects.
He was like, is that a computer? Is that a computer? Is that a computer? Is that a computer? Is that a computer?
that
I
was the day
understand.
Bethany learned the monitor is separate from the computer.
You
I
probably
know
use
now.
laptops a lot. I
Yeah,
assume. Mostly
and that was the
laptops.
thing.
So
Or
it's all
iMacs.
like
You
one
were. That was
thing.
when we were sharing an office, and you had my back on that.
Yeah. I backed her up.
I know now.
I made that mistake before
I
when I was
learned.
like 7.
But you did point to this. You pointed to this, and I was like, yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
See,
Phone's
so?
a computer, right?
probably.
I got
So,
a new talked about him on the podcast. It's just one of those people that is just desperate for social
Yeah.
interaction.
She probably wasn't there for any reason other than to talk to people.
Yeah.
Because we got a dude at our apartment, and we call him
Thanks, man.
Time
I
Guy.
love that guy.
Yeah, and he scares the shit out of me because he's like, he hides sometimes, but he'll always just ask, do you have the time? Just like that. Every single time. It's like a fucking voice recording or a robot. And you always just like, yeah, it's 10:19. He's like, oh, the day's passing by. And then that's the
Yeah.
extent of the conversation.
There was one
Every
time
time.
where I was walking out of the apartment with Aaron, and he's like, "Oh, there's that guy," and he like pulled out his phone,
Mhm.
and he goes, "It's 4:19," and like we keep walking, and he goes, "Oh, thank you," like he was like already ready to go.
Aaron's such a cunt. I was with him one time too. and we were walking by, and then Aaron was like, "Hey, do you have the time?" And then the guy was like, like he programmed.
Did I tell you about the time that I had to share the elevator with him?
Oh fuck,
It
that's
was
the
so-
worst.
I saw him coming in, and he, like, bless his heart, he's a very sweet man, but he's very old, and he's, like, literally at a 90-degree angle, like how he walks. He's so old.
Mhm.
And I saw, like, I was waiting at the door to get in, to be buzzed in. And I saw him walk in from the other door from the pool. And so he had no shirt on, no shoes on, and had just his swim trunks. But one of his swim trunks, the legs had ridden up into kind
God.
of his crotch area. So, like,
You saw scrub?
I didn't see anything, but it was
Oh.
very close. And I was just like, I'm like, even if I get buzzed in, I'm going to wait a second so he could take the elevator and I don't have to, like, be awkward and ride up the elevator with him. And so, like, I saw him, like, walk past the door, and I assumed went into the elevator, went upstairs. And so I waited a couple seconds and I went in. And then as the elevator door is closing, I guess he sees me and he goes, "Oh, going up?" And I was like, fuck. Okay.
Oh.
So I get in the elevator with him, and, like, I ride up to Aaron's floor, and the entire time we're just sitting there silent, and he just goes, "Well, going up, riding that elevator."
Oh,
And I'm just like, "Yeah."
Bless his little heart.
And I was just like, "You're so sweet, but I don't know how to make small talk with you, and I could kind of see your junk.
yeah,
I'm sorry."
he does that.
What did it look like?
Old,
What does that mean?
Like old and wrinkly.
gray.
I think I've told this before,
Great.
but like there was one time where I was in a rush to get to work and I was just like tired and shit. And I ran into the elevator, and like our elevators are like, it's a box. How do I visualize this? Oh fuck. Anyways, there's
It's an
like,
elevator that's a box.
It's,
Okay,
it's,
this
a,
is
it's
difficult.
A, it's
but
a
I'm-
Word
rectangle.
elevator.
There's a rectangle,
Uh-huh.
and then like let's say that the door's like left justified. So then there's like this little wall here, right? So you got this little corner in the elevator that you can't see from the outside. So I like haul ass into the elevator because I'm got to get going to work. And the guy's like basically like pinned up in that corner, and I didn't see him, and I was just my eyes were on my phone. He's like, "Yeah, the time," and I was like, "Ah!" Just scared the shit out of me.
You know that's why he was in there. He was waiting for that.
Time.
What if he just rides that elevator up and down all day?
What if he is Father Time? He's just an internal like being. He doesn't die. That place has been around since what? I think 66.
Probably longer.
Yeah, he's been there forever.
Yeah,
Does he live
in
alone?
fact here on
The time
Probably.
guy.
I mean, he's doing laps in that pool all day,
Yeah.
every day.
There's a lot of old people who live
On-
there.
So he's just
On tw-
retired and living
on
there.
Twitter, your boy Guzma said you should call him Father Time.
Father Time.
And then Ondi Mate says he has no idea why you don't use British mail Siri and pretend it's Alfred.
That's good. That's a good giant.
Do that.
That's a good idea.
Sorry, I didn't mean
That's what a lot
to
of
derail. I,
No,
like,
it's
I knew that would
I gotta fix
Because
this
then
now.
he'll say, "Yeah, Batman,
Batman.
Batman, want
So-
cocaine."
I noticed that in the Batman Lego movie, Ray Fiennes did the voice of Alfred, but they also had Voldemort in there. Who did the voice for Voldemort?
Let's find
Let's
out.
look it up.
Because like Ray Fiennes is Voldemort, so it was like really weird for me.
Does anybody here watch Better Call Saul, or am I the only one?
I watched the
I watched
first
the
episode.
first season.
I
Mail.
just watched the first episode.
Season 3 starts again tonight.
Mail
That's one I'd like to catch up on.
to download this voice. What? I have to download the voice.
Did you end up starting Big Little Lies like we discussed?
No, I haven't seen it
You
yet.
should watch it.
Bethany and I finished Big
It's
Little Lies.
so good.
Man,
very
where are all
good.
the
But
ladies?
I was
Eddie
one of the
Izzard
only, I
is
think I was one of the
Voldemort.
only ones that cried though, right? You didn't. You said
Eddie
you didn't
Izzard.
cry.
I didn't cry. I think it's because I
Why does it sound
kind of figured out what
He was
was
a
going to
comedian,
happen, so it
British
wasn't
comedian.
too much of a shocker to me.
Yeah.
You don't know?
It's not ringing a bell.
What are you doing?
Was he in?
Eddie Izzard was Voldemort.
Oh yeah.
Okay, interesting.
You don't know Eddie Izzard? He had this comedy special in the late 90s everyone loved. Well, Jesus.
Mm.
Kids these days,
On
do you have the
this-
time?
On this podcast, people who are way younger than me, apparently.
I'm over 30 at least, so.
Oh,
Did you get it?
There you go.
Yeah, that's nice.
Do it again. Ask it. Do the same thing you did earlier with your name.
Yeah.
Hey Siri, what's my name?
You're Blaine. But since we're friends, I get to call you Batman.
Ah,
That's fun.
thank you, Alfred.
Sounds better.
That's great.
So Blaine, have you?